someone that you know that did that extremely well in probably the most difficult circumstances with Nelson Mandela.
Yes, absolutely.
And, we've spoken about it many times. You've spoken about it publicly many times. I found this clip of you guys together that I love. That I love. That I have to show you. It's a while ago, but it's I've watched this whole. I would watch anyone who's watching. You have to go watch the whole thing. I'm only showing Will a short clip, but it's this clip here.
I don't know if you remember. I was saying to you, I'm an actor. I make rap music. That's what I do. What can I do? And I sat with Mr. Mandela and was so inspired. You want to quit your job. You want to go out in the streets. You want to fight. And he said, no, you have to understand the power of what it is that you do. You have to understand the hope that is created by the work that you create. And he told me that not to force it, that the call would speak to me. And today the call has spoken to me, and I humbly, gratefully, and will aggressively respond. And I thank you.
Wow.
Speak aloud, I just remember I'm more than 100 years old.
You'll have to tell me what he said.
Yeah. That's Willow sitting on it. Oh, wow.
It gets better. It gets better.
Wow. Goodness. I had forgotten about that. Willow. That was Jaden. That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there are so many I could show you. That was the one I picked.
Goodness.
There were so many.
That's fantastic.
Beautiful clips of you two together.
Yeah. No, that was one of the, I'm not a man prone to regrets, and we talked about this a lot, but that was one of the regrets. And I'm making my way back around to the ideas, and that's, part of our relationship and with Radhanath Swami. But I was sitting with Mr. Mandela. It may have even been that day. And we were sitting, it was calm. He just had this look on his face. And I said, what's that look on your face? And he was kind of looking, he was just watching people. I said, you know something that the rest of us don't know.
He definitely did.
Yeah. And he looked at me, and the look that I recognize now was, he said, oh, right? That it was like, that's the right question, and he said, if you come spend some time with me, I'll teach you. And somehow I was just felt so unworthy of that. He reached out to me every year before he died. And, he said, I'm an old man, you need to come spend some time with me. And I just felt unworthy, and he wanted to teach me what we're studying. He wanted, I've tasted a little bit of what he wanted to teach me. And the question is, how can you smile in this world? Because you're not going to change it. You're gonna do your part, but this world is chaotic, and it's brutal, and it can be really unloving. And how do you do your part with a smile on your face?
Yeah.
You know? And it was really beautiful. One of the few things, not even, you know, I know things happened in their time, so it's not a regret, but it's like a regret.
Well, I always say to you that it's, first of all, it's actually a very, the fact that you didn't go because you felt unworthy is a, at least from the traditions I've studied, would be considered extremely good spiritual qualification for learning.
Yeah.
like when we think, it's weird, like spiritual life is like, it's teaching you self-worth without having low self-esteem.
Yes, yeah.
But it's, and you said it once in an interview, speaking about Nelson Mandela, you said like, you know, it's like being in his presence made you realize how small you were.
Yes, yeah.
But how big you could be.
How big, yes.
Right? You said that.
Absolutely.
And when I heard you say...
I said that?
Yeah, you
I'm
said...
gonna start saying that again.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, you said that. And it was, when I heard you say that, I was like, that is spiritual self-worth. Like, we live in a world today where self-worth or self-belief is all like, I'm the best, like, I own this, like, I'm worthy of everything. Like, of course Nelson Mandela wants to spend time with me. I'm Will Smith. Like, that's material self-worth.
Yeah.
But it's fickle and it's boring and it's so, it has no base to it. It's baseless. Whereas that feeling of like, when, as you said, that when I'm with him or when I was around him, I realized how small I was, but how big I could be. That's spiritual self-worth.
Yeah.
And I think people often confuse humility with weakness or with low self-esteem. Like, oh, Will, you must have had low self-esteem.
Right.
But it's not. It's just the idea that I still have to evolve a little bit to feel like, and you know, you
to deserve his time and attention.
Yeah, and because you had that, I feel, you know, you've continued in your way to find the, and he's still involved in your life. I think that's the beauty of it. If someone loves you that much, they don't stop, like your grandmother, she didn't stop being involved in your life.
Absolutely.
And I've felt every time you've spoken about him, that you've brought him into my life just by speaking about him. And now into everyone else's life even more. And you know, I'm sure, you know, obviously I can't speak on his behalf at all, but all I can say is that his energy is still in your life.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's real.
He lives through
That
you.
is real.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But I want to talk about a few more things before I let you go. I could talk to you forever, and we do that, so I won't do that today. But I wanted to talk to you about when you mentioned, because I came back to this because this was the initial statement that was like, I need to get to know Will. And it was when you said that you were channeling your inner Arjun.
Yeah.
And you said that, and I was just like, what? I was like, it just, two of my worlds collided. I grew up watching Fresh Prince every day. I knew every pickup line. I used every pickup line because of you. I bought the bad boy suit. Like, you know, for me, it's like, that was my teenage years.
That's genius.
I watched Bad Boys for Life for the 7th time on the way here today to Dubai, because I thought I was like, it's offensive to watch any other movie. So I've been a big fan for years. Then I go off, be a monk, I come back, and then I'm in the world, and then I see you say this, and I'm like, what? Like, to me, it's just, and obviously getting to know you after that has made me go, okay, God had a plan, and this was all, you know.